Conjugal property is what you brought into the marriage. Things that you had and accumulated, assets, wealth that you built prior to the marriage. You bring that into the marriage, things go south. If you get divorced, half of that is hers. Hello, this is Mr. Maxwell. Thank you for tuning in to my channel. The subject of today is divorce in the Philippines. Divorce is coming to the Philippines. Let's get into this. I came across an article that said that they voted, I think it was 14-1, divorce in the Philippines. You can check it out for yourself.
A controversial bill to legalize divorce in the Philippines is poised to undergo debates at the Senate. The proposed measure seeks to make the process much easier for poor Filipinos. The details from Sherian Torres.
At itong masaksi,
That special wedding vow till death do us part may eventually become a thing of the past the moment the proposed Dissolution of Marriage Act, more known as the Divorce Bill, becomes a law. Last September 18, Senator Risa Ontiveros managed to endorse Committee Report 124 of the Dissolution of Marriage Act to the Senate Legislative Bills and Index. 9 of the 14 members of the Senate Committee on Women, Children, Family Relations, and Gender Equality signed the report, which means the bill can now be debated and voted upon in the plenary. Under the bill, couples can apply for absolute divorce if the couple has been separated for not less than 5 years, if there is a commission of if one is a victim of physical violence or grossly abusive conduct, if a partner was able to obtain divorce abroad, if there are irreconcilable differences or irreparable breakdown of the marriage, and if the church or a religious entity annulled or dissolved the marriage. The bill also provides an all-expense package for indigent applicants, from the filing fee and litigation expenses to professional charges of medical professionals who will evaluate them. Still, a divorced couple's obligation to jointly support and take care of their children will remain. Senator J.V. Ejercito meanwhile explains why he signed the divorce bill.
I know a lot of people who have irreconcilable differences, yung talagang hindi na mapagkasundo, then I guess they deserve to be happy and not be miserable. We want second chances.
Senate Majority Leader Joel Villanueva, on the other hand, maintains his hardline stance against divorce. For Villanueva, annulment is the best remedy to get out of a problematic union. But annulment, he says, must be accessible to the poor. Divorce Pilipinas Coalition, meantime, thanked those who signed the bill. The group also reminds the anti-divorce camp about Senior Associate Justice Marvic Leonen's point that the state cannot force individuals to stay within a destructive marriage. For years, the Catholic Church has maintained that the sanctity of marriage must always be respected. The Philippine Council of Evangelical Churches, meanwhile, gives a seemingly updated viewpoint on the matter.
Bill na ito ng divorce ay mayroong protection sa mga abat, may protection sa tahanan at sa mga asawa. Baka mas mabuti pa ang bagong divorce law. Pero hinihikayat ko ang lahat ng mga church leaders, maging Katoliko, Evangelical, Independent, usap tayo. Ano ba ang pinakamaganda sa bansa natin? According to the lens of religion, according to the lens of the Bible.
The Public Attorney's Office is gearing up for a possible influx of applicants in the event that the divorce bill is passed into law.
What does this mean for you and I, or passport bros, or guys that like expats, guys that like to travel overseas in search of better, newfound love and relationships, looking for wives? What does that mean for people like that? It's not hopeless, because I've been to the Philippines. I don't know the majority of the Philippine women, but the women that I've come across have always been pleasant, nice, and soft-spoken. So I'm saying that to say that they are many good women out there. I'm just saying that I believe they are starting to become westernized. Why do I say that? Because when you bring divorce into the picture, is when you introduce something to someone that never had it before, you have to wait until it levels out. Kind of like somebody winning a lottery, never having a bunch of money. Now they have a bunch of money. You gotta wait till it level out, till they figure out how it's gonna play out. You may have some women that may be tempted to just divorce you and take you for half of what you worked so hard to build and achieve. You have conjugal property. Conjugal property is what you brought into the marriage. Things that you had and accumulated, assets, wealth that you accumulated, that you built prior to the marriage. You bring that into the marriage, things go south. If you get divorced, half of that is hers. What I would suggest, prior to getting married, just get a prenup. When you get a prenup, have your attorney, have an attorney for her as well. And preferably record it if you can. That way nobody can say she was coerced or she signed it under duress. So she'll have her representation, you have your representation. And if you're already married, get a postnup. If you just live together, I'm not sure about the laws, but I'm sure you probably should check into those too, about live-in partners. There's some type of law with that. You can get a live-in partner contract prior to living together. If you already live together or if you're already married, you can get a postnup. Now, if you're Filipina, don't want to sign a postnup, then that should tell you something about the way she thinks or what she's thinking or what she's possibly thinking. You can do the same thing with a live-in partner contract. You can do a postnup with that as well. But make sure you both have representation. She has representation and you have representation. And I would suggest that you do this at least a month or two before you guys get married or move in together. This has been Mr. Maxwell. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you for listening. Thank you for your time. Like, subscribe, share, question, comment, thumbs up, thumbs down. Either way, I wish you well.